Hello, this is I Do Damage and welcome back to the channel. In this World of Warcraft video, I want to do a basic guide video talking about Raiderio. This has been a tool that's been used for quite some time, and maybe there's someone out there that is curious as to what it is, what the heck it is, how it works. This video is for you. All the links that I reference in the video will be down in the description below as well. Let's go ahead and jump right in. First things first, what is Raiderio? Raiderio is a website that tracks your progress on World of Warcraft with your Mythic dungeons, your Mythic Plus dungeons, and raids, so that you can kind of gauge someone's score. Think of it as like a leaderboard for all the players in the game. Now, keep in mind, this is a numerical value. This in no way tells you a player's skill. Someone with maybe a lower score maybe just hasn't played a whole lot yet and are in fact really good at the game. So don't use this as a super determining factor to not play with people, but it is a good indicator to know that maybe they don't know these dungeons, or you can see someone with a higher Raiderio score and say, oh, well, they know these dungeons pretty well. They've done them a few times. So it's really a good tool when forming groups and trying to figure out if you want to push, maybe help some people out, things like that. Basically, it's the website that I mentioned that we will get to. There's also a few add-ons, but I just want to talk a little bit about how it works, what it looks like, some add-ons that can help you out in game with this tool, as well as some tips and tricks. So the way the website works is really straightforward. You can type in a Google search Raiderio, or you can go to the website raider.io. You just type in the character's name that you're looking for. We'll go ahead and look up my tank that I've been playing. And yeah, I named him weird to troll people, so it's my Blood DK tank here, and you can see your characters, you know, when you search them, you can see their item level, what server they're on, things like that. You just go in here. It's just really basic. I mean, it's anything like Warcraft logs or anything like that you've ever used, but you can see all their gear, their talents, their rating progress. Yeah, I know I've been slacking. I've only been playing this dude for a few weeks, but here's where I like to use this website, is to see your Mythic Plus. These are your 5-man dungeons that you can use to really kind of push yourself and your build and your party to the limit. If you don't know how Mythic Plus dungeons work, they're basically special keys that you can get in the game to do higher dungeons. The higher level dungeon, the harder. Getting up to a plus 15 is the highest reward, item level wise, for your weekly chest and for the end of the run rewards. But you can push on beyond that. There's people doing Keystone plus 20 and higher. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. But this is what my Raiderio looks like. So if you're maybe trying to find a tank and you saw me in the queue and you looked me up and you're like, well, and let's say we were trying to do the workshop for whatever reason, you would see I haven't completed one at all. I have not done Mechagon Workshop. So, you know, maybe they wouldn't pick me for that one. And it's also a nice tool for me personally to kind of see what I would like to do, what I need to do to get my score up higher, and just something to work on constantly to have that visual representation of my own progression with my character. Anyway, that's how the website works. There's a few other things that I want to talk about in this video. Now, the other part of Raiderio that I just want to touch on very briefly is there's an add-on you can download from the Twitch add-on manager. However you install your own add-ons, it's literally just called Raiderio. You can look at your friends lists and see their IO scores. Obviously, this person's playing Classic. You can even look up, if you look in the dungeon queue, you can go to pre-made groups, dungeons, and you can see the leader of the group's Raiderio. So you can kind of gauge how well or not so well that team is specifically. And it also shows your own Raiderio in-game as well, so you don't have to go to the website. One thing to note with this add-on is it does need to be updated quite frequently, almost daily, just to keep it up to date, because people are always doing dungeons and increasing their Raiderio. That's basically how it works. One other piece of advice I have for Mythic Plus, and I guess this isn't really Raiderio related, this is more for just Mythic Keystones in general. There's a few tools that you can get that can help you along the way. One website that I want to point out is called Keystone.guru. You just type it into your browser, and this website will show you what people have found to be the optimal paths for any of the dungeons that you want. So if you're learning how to tank maybe, or you just want to know ahead of time what the route's going to be, this is a really nice website to use. Let's go ahead and take a look at Underrot. When I'm learning these dungeons, I have this up as a guideline just for some of the interesting modifiers and things that can happen, especially with the obelisks and knowing how to use them best to skip mobs. But this is a really cool website to use, and also you can actually import these maps from the Wago website that we talked about with our weak aura guide. So you can also import these maps into the game using an add-on called Mythic Dungeon Tools that I'll show you here in a minute. But you just go into the website, you find the dungeon that you want to do. So we'll just say we want to find the Underrot map. So you can just type it in there. You can figure out what modifiers you would like to have. These are all different guides that people have uploaded, because over on that website you can actually create your own paths and upload them for other people to use. So it's really a nice community tool there. But you just pick one that you want. You would copy your import string to MDT, which is a TLA, a 3-letter acronym for Mythic Dungeon Tools. You just copy it, you go into your World of Warcraft file, and you make sure you have the add-on installed, obviously, and you can just click on your Mythic Dungeon Tools here. Once you're on this page, you just go ahead, you click Import, paste the link that you copied right in here. Make sure you press OK and then Import. If you try to click Import first, it will not work. Make sure you press OK, and then there's the map that we copied from the website, and we now have available in-game. And there it is. This is obviously not Underrot. This is one of the other maps that I was working on. And what's really nice about this is you can draw on the map if you want to draw like arrows for yourself, so you know exactly where you're going to go, and you can kind of do that and make your own notes, maybe like, you know, you could write like pull or whatever. It's a really nice tool. And also with this, if you're in a group, you can click on live and you can kind of share it with your party there. I haven't used that feature, but going into Shadowlands, I really am going to utilize these tools, I think, to really push Keystones as high as we possibly can. With that in mind, that's going to wrap up the Mythic Plus Keystone guide, I guess, the Raiderio guide, whatever you want to call it. If you're curious in joining the Damage Crew in World of Warcraft, we do have a guild started on Emerald Dream called the Damage Crew. Let me know down in the comments or hop on our Discord. We can get you an invite. We also have a Keystone community that I'm trying to build up in game. The link for that will be down in the description if that's something you'd like to join and try to push some Keystones with us. I would love to have you and get to know you. I can't thank you enough for your continued support. It means the world to me. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.